Hello, everyone. Welcome to another YNS Live with NFL Thread. And before Cynthia and Holly and Cookie are introduced, I wanted to take you guys through a little bit of what we do before the show. So welcome to Fireside. If you're listening on YouTube, LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, welcome there as well. Anyone that is in this room, thank you for joining us. We're so excited for you guys to be here. The two lines down at the bottom, if you guys click those two lines down at the bottom, you'll see something that says broadcast to the world. You can send this to whoever you want to, and they can be actually listening outside the app. That is what's so fun. So you can send emails, you can send it to Facebook, you can send it to so many different places. And do you guys have any questions with that? Anyone? Great. Okay. So, and you can send it to messengers. You can do so many different things with that. So again, thank you guys so much for being here. And I'm going to hand it over to Cynthia but first I'm going to tell you guys about our sponsor. So YNS Live with the NFL Thread Experience is sponsored by Shutterstock Editorial. Wherever you go, Shutterstock is there to capture it. So thank you so much, Shutterstock. And thank you, Cookie and Holly, for being here, and my wonderful co-host, Cynthia. Always a pleasure. So I'm going to throw it to you.
Thank you.
Yes, this is going to be a really fun show because it starts at the heart of everything that so many of us are involved in right now, and that's the Off the Field NFL Wives fashion show at the Super Bowl right in LA. And it's so special this year because Therese Brown is one of our founders, and she's our chair. And Holly is one of our honorary chairs. And Holly goes back to one of the first fashion show, Super Bowl fashion shows ever. And Cookie is also an honorary chair, being Holly's best friend and confidant, and one of our Women of Impact Award winners this year. So it's just like this connection all over the place. But namely, it's a connection of friendship. And that's why when Holly was on to talk about the fashion show most recently, we were like, wouldn't it be so fun if you could bring Cookie on, being best friends, to really talk about the honor of everything that's happening and everything that you're doing to make this fashion show just remarkable already. So thank you guys. Thank you both for being here so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, it's one. Yeah, so Holly, I kind of wanted to throw it to you. I'm like slipping on my towel here. I'm trying to get under my chair. I would love for you guys to kind of dive in on how you met and what your friendship means to, each other.
Well, it's really wild. Like Cookie and I have known each other for over 30 years, right? So we met, it's funny, our husbands knew each other before we knew each other. Actually, her husband knew Rodney before I knew Rodney. And then we met when Irvin introduced us to Cookie. That's when, I don't know when you met Rodney, but that's when I met you. And we've just been friends ever since. And then ironically, I mean, we've experienced a lot of life together, and babies and weddings and all kinds of things. And her son, EJ, was the ring bearer in our wedding almost 27 years ago. And every time EJ has a birthday, that's how I can kind of clock how long I've been married to Rodney Peete.
I think he was 3 years old.
He was the cutest ring bearer in the entire world. He stole all my spotlight, but it was the best. It was the absolute best moment. And we've just been friends ever since. And we've traveled the world together. Cookie has been one of our Hollyrod Foundation's biggest supporters, earliest supporters. When Rodney and I first started Hollyrod, we came to Cookie and Irvin and said, do you guys think you might want to help us start this little charity that we want to do? And they did. They were the seed. Basically, they provided us with the seed funds to start Hollyrod. And so here we are, almost 25 years later for Hollyrod, and really excited to be full circle. Having the Off the Field Wives honor Cookie is so great, and I'm so glad she accepted. And having this fashion show, which is called Fashion on a Spectrum, love that title. And to be benefiting Hollyrod, which provides support for families impacted by autism. It's just all a perfect storm. And we're in LA, and the Rams are in the Super Bowl. Like, come on, Cookie. Could it have lost?
It's the best. It couldn't have been, written any better. that the Rams would win last weekend, and we were in the Super Bowl. It's just awesome. It's awesome, and I love Holly, and our husbands have been friends forever, like Holly said. And I mean, we really kind of, in a sense, grew up together. We met so young. I mean, Holly, you were very young when I met you. I think you were. It was still on one of your first TV shows, right?
I think I was on 21 Jump Street when I
21
met
Jump
you.
Street,
And
yeah.
it was like in 80, so that's like 80. Now I'm really dating myself. Don't
Gotta
do
be like
the math. Don't do
89,
the math,
something
everybody.
like
But
that.
it was in the 80s, right? The
Yeah,
late.
because I had just moved to yeah. I had just moved to LA. So it was like 88, 89.
That's exactly when it was. And
Yeah,
so as soon
yeah.
as you got here, we met and we've been friends ever since. And just, it's been an amazing ride. But not just our Urban and Cookie son amazing friends, but they're just mentors, and they have provided us with some of our most cherished memories. And again, the philanthropy. It's the philanthropy. They understand giving back. And as a matter of fact, we really started our charity because we saw their charity. We saw what they were doing, and they encouraged us.
And you guys really supported our charity too. All of our events that we had, for
Midsummer Night's Magic.
Night Magic, yeah. You guys were one of the first ones. Holly, you were always donating your time and everything, and of course Rodney. So it kind of goes full circle, like you said. I mean, you guys started with us, and then we helped you guys because we both know and understand the plight of what we were both doing. How close it was to our heart. HIV and AIDS and scholarships. And then I was with you, with your son when you first found out, and that just the amazing, and he's such an amazing young man, and to watch him grow. It's just amazing, So I've been right there with you. So of course it's so natural for us to, support you and be there and support what you're doing because it's such an important thing.
Well, thank you so much. And then to support Cindy, and just some backstory. I told this story before that Cynthia, Cookie. So Cindy was a wife with me on the Philadelphia Eagles. Now I was a brand new rookie quarterback's wife, and not every wife was very friendly to me. I don't know why. I'm really nice. I'm really nice, but Cynthia was like in my corner from day one. I was working in LA, coming back and forth to Philadelphia. It was really a crazy time. We just had the twins. They were babies. Her kids connected with my kids, and Cynthia was just like that. Like when you were in the NBA, like that wife that is just so supportive of you,
Yeah.
and so always has been. So we have a full circle relationship as well, and just really happy to be supporting her organization, the Off the Field Wives Association. And it's again, we're going to say full circle 1,000 times, but that's really what it is.
Yeah, it's so fun for me. Like when Sharice was talking about asking you, Holly, at first to be honorary chair, she was so excited, because of your friendship. And then she's like, there's a chance that Cookie might, do it with her. And, they're best friends. And, I was thinking about that and how much it changes things when you're working on something so huge, no matter what it is that you're doing. And you both helped each other with your foundations. But when you have your best friend there, doesn't it change all the energy and everything? All the tasks become fun, they're funny, you're giggling, but you're also making such a huge impact in the world. But you're also like, how fun is it doing that together?
We've done so much fundraising together, and they'll call us up, we'll call them up, we'll say, can you guys hop on this Zoom call? Like for instance, 2020 was so devastating for so many charities, and for Off the Field as well. I mean, just trying to raise money in the age of COVID is really hard. Mm-hmm. And we did something called Quarantunes. It was like a video, digital fundraising platform. And they hopped on, we hadn't seen them in a long time because nobody was seeing anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they hopped on, they made a great donation. We had all of our friends, just come on and I feel like there's this sense of when you have friends that understand and get philanthropy and they're in, their corner, in your corner. And it's not just about writing a check. Sometimes it's about volunteering your time. Sometimes it's just about showing up somewhere. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, when you get to do that with your friends, it's extra special.
Right.
Yeah, and
And
it takes sometimes, you know, that can be a very stressful thing to put on a big event, you know, trying to get people to come in and donate. And so when you have friends who understand and are always there for you and show up, it just kind of takes a little bit of that stress off and makes it feel, you know, like you said, it makes you feel a little happy and comfortable, you know, to go ahead and continue doing what you're doing.
Right. Because the work
and
is there in the time that you put in. And I think it's underestimated a lot of the times because, so many people focus on, come fashion show day, everybody's going to look at what you're wearing and how beautiful you look. And they're going to be talking about that. But those of us that are there, that have been there with you all these weeks leading up, know that that's the last thing on your mind, that you're working for something that's so important, and that's behind it. And only your good friends that do it with you understand that.
Hmm.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, and you know what I think is also so beautiful, and it's when you find the couple that you can be friends with. Because how many times as women do we find a woman that we really like and we're like, can't wait for our husband to meet the partner, and then the husbands don't mesh, and you're like, oh, come on. So the
Right,
fact that you guys
right.
did, it's such a special thing. So like I got like the chills because I always, it's, there's so far and in between. There's not that many of them.
Yeah, we definitely don't have that problem. Like our husbands love each other. We love each other. And that's all what's so cool is like, but we also have relationships like Cookie and Rodney are like brother and sister. And then like, they have this great relationship. And then same with me and Urban. So we have like it just really works all the way around. And you're
Natural fit.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, when you can travel with people, as you know, when you can travel with people and be in close quarters, and everybody still has a good time, you're happy, it makes a huge difference.
Right. That's so true.
It really
Once
does
you
because
spend one
you
night
don't pick your
overnight.
family. Yeah, no, totally. Because you can't, you can't pick your family, and so when you find that friend couple, it's such an important thing. So
Yeah.
I would love for you guys. I know we're talking about the fashion show and the charity because I want to do that, continue with that. But I would also love for like a little more of a love fest here, like Holly, for you to tell like what your favorite quality of Cookie is, and Cookie the same, what your favorite quality of Holly is, because I think that's always nice friendships to kind of, and I'm sure you could tell your energy and your hearts that you guys probably do this, but for anyone that's listening.
Oh, well, anybody that knows Cookie is very loyal and just she's just got such a beautiful heart, right? She has a server's heart, a servant's heart, and she just really understands um, philanthropy, giving back. That's my kind of girl, right? Not all my friends really understand what that means. And I know we are talked about philanthropy, and it's not just because they're so supportive of Hollyrod, but it transcends our friendship, right? So they understand what's important to us. Like Cookie said, she's known RJ his entire life. She's gotten to watch him go from this diagnosis, which was so devastating, figuring out all of it. She watched me go on to have. I wasn't smart enough to stop at two, so she watched me go on and have two more kids. And just kidding, guys. If you listen, I love all four of this. Just love all. But she watched that whole
Yeah.
process and journey. And so to see that soup to nuts really from the wedding, the birth, and then the diagnosis, and then fast forward to now, he's working at Dodger Stadium, like the
Dodgers.
Dodgers, and Cookie and Urban are owner. So just the irony and the full circleness again, that term. But like he'll come up to Cookie on, at the Dodger Stadium and be like, hi, Cookie, hi, and he acts like an
Be a hug.
ambassador. He gives the best hug. Nobody gives better hug. But he acts like an ambassador. So to see him go from that point to where we were told he would never do much,
Right.
to having a World Series ring, and then getting a chance to see, have a friend to see that from beginning to now. It's a really special thing. So I think what I love most about Cookie is her love of other people, her relationship with God and the way she shares that. She's not a judgmental person, and just a lot of fun. Like Cookie is funny, and we laugh, and we're silly. We've gotten to let our hair down around each other, and it's just been really great.
Yeah. I love you too, Holly. And what I love about Holly is her drive. Holly will find something for instance, the autism, and jump on it. And no matter what obstacles are in her way, she is determined to make it, successful, to make it work. And she started that foundation, after she found out her son's diagnosis. And, a lot of women would be caught up in the diagnosis, right? They would be caught up in, oh my God, my son has autism. I'm just going to shut down the world and just focus on this. But Holly is not that person. Holly's like, oh my God, wait, this is bigger than us. I've got to find a way to tell the world what's going on here and to get as much help for this, for get as much awareness for this, autism to grow, and for people to understand that children can be normal if they do what they need to be doing, if they go to the doctors, if they work with the children, if they take the time. So she could have just sat there and done that all for herself and her own family. But Holly cares about the world, and she cares about, the bigger picture. And I saw that. I was right there with her. We were at school when the teachers told her, I think you might need to take your son and have him see a doctor. And, and it was, I was devastated when I heard that. I'm like, what do you mean? But she did what she needed to do. And she didn't stop there. They told her, oh, your son would probably never look anybody in the eye, or probably would never hug anybody. And as you just heard, he will hug you. He will have a conversation with you. He's working for the Dodgers. All the players absolutely love him. He drives there himself. It's just, he's come so far, and I've seen it from the baby on up, and how nothing stopped Holly. That drive never stopped her. Whatever obstacle they said that he wasn't going to do, Holly's like, okay. She just used that as a motivation to say, we're going to beat this, and we're going to do what we need to do. And on top of that, care for others, to go out and make sure there are other mothers that are taken care of, that other mothers have the tools to do what she was able to do. And, by starting the Holly Rod, Center, right?
RJ's Place.
RJ's Place Center. And having other moms come there, and, other kids learn a trade or learn to be with each other, whatever it is. She doesn't stop there. She just keeps going to the next thing and the next thing. And I love that about Holly, because sometimes I would get, something would, stop me, and I'll be like, okay, I'm done, but Holly's like, nope. She has that fight, that drive, and it just keeps going. And I also love that Holly's kind of like a hippie. I don't know how well you guys know Holly. She's a very free-spirited person. So, like, she loves, I don't know, the earth and the ocean, and, traveling, and, she'll climb up a mountain in a minute. She, nothing scares her. She'll be dared to jump off a boat or do whatever. Nothing scares Holly. And she just enjoys nature and enjoys the world. And I love that about her. And it helps me to open up myself a little bit more too.
I love that.
That's one of my favorite quotes from you, Holly, is I wouldn't change my son for the world, but I will change the world for my son. And I think that's that mentality of like, okay, here it is. And you're going to say never, but not to me. That never list, that never happened. And I love that.
Yes, too. And I say that all the time. And I just, every time I say it, I mean it even more, I just, I didn't wake up like this. Like, I didn't wake up going, oh, okay, I'm going to change the world. I went through, a lot of sadness at the beginning. I was so lost and sad. Rodney was away playing. I was alone by myself. I had a lot of time to really grieve what I thought my son might be. And then that acceptance journey has just never stopped, and like Cookie said, when we started RJ's Place, which is our autism center in LA, which the Johnsons helped put us over the top to get finished. When we kicked in with that, what was the best thing was empowering other moms to know that there was hope out there for their kids.
Right.
And that's the worst thing when you're dealing with a situation when you don't have resources or hope. So we can provide both. So that was something that was really important for us to do. And it's because we have supporters and friends like the Johnsons that were able to do this work.
Right.
I love that.
And like NFL and like the off the field wives, because we always got to come around to this event. I mean, I think it's like I just had a friend of mine, Cookie. I don't know if you looked at your phone, but I think it was Vanessa Bell Calloway. She was trying to get a ticket and she couldn't because it's almost sold out. It's like any minute, I guess. I think there's some tiers level, but Vanessa wanted to be with us, and I think that tier is sold out. So thankful to everyone who supports Holly Rod, and to be the beneficiary this year it's so cool. I'm so proud of this moment.
Right. I mean, it's true. VIP section is sold out.
Wow.
The sponsorship is still coming in. Ad book can't be finished because there's still individuals that are like, hey, is it too late? And we just keep on delaying that because it's just so exciting. It's just everybody is just, we're just all freaking out because we're like, this is so huge.
So there are still tickets available, correct?
Yes, the VIP sections are sold out, but there are still tickets available. Okay, and then there's even standing, which I think that's cool too. You're going to go there and, it just becomes this huge room of everything. And even if you're standing and being a part of it, I think it's really exciting. So definitely.
Yeah, it's at Santa Monica Place, which I told you guys last time. Cookie, that was where I got my first job because I went to Santa Monica High School. So I got my first job at Hot Dog on a Stick in Santa Monica Place. And I couldn't wear the outfit. I quit after a week with the outfit. It was just humiliating. I think someone make them wear those outfits. But I love it. Santa Monica Place just feels like high school to me. Like that's mom, And so just really excited to have you are killing me with these laughs.
It's not us. It's not us. It's the audience.
You're pushing a button.
Yeah. It's not. It's the audience, and I think it is so funny.
As an actress on sitcoms, I'm always told to hold for my laugh. So every time the laugh,
right, I know, right? You got to hold for it.
But anyway, so love the idea that we're doing it at Santa Monica Place. Mm-hmm. It's such a great venue. We're in the outside area, right? The atrium area. And so that's going to be really great for obviously these times being outdoors. Right. And it's just going to be amazing.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's true for these times. And
I'm going to. Yeah, so these are all different reactions, and I didn't think that they were going to be as crazy. I could have turned them off, but I wanted you guys to experience them a little bit. But if you guys, I know there's ones that we don't know, but just because it is a little distracting for these guys to talk. But I also know Charisse wanted to jump up and talk, so I invited Charisse. I also invited you to. Yep, I invited you to video video mode, and I don't know if you see that, but welcome to do video, and we also have tons of comments. I was going to try to read them all, but there's so many that you just guys are getting so much love from everyone, which is amazing. Wait, hold on. Where did Holly go? Okay, I'm going to pull myself off. We should be able to have more than 4 up here. I'm going to pull myself down so then you guys can be. Hold on one second. I'm going to turn my video off, and then Holly, I'm going to pull you back up.
Okay.
Where'd you go?
What is that?
Charisse, wait, Charisse,
Can you hear me?
Hi, Charisse.
Hi, guys. I wasn't trying to come on camera. I just wanted to say hello and to thank my beautiful honorary co-chairs for just their time, their beauty. They're so graceful and just their genuine love for each other. And I just wanted to tell them thank you because we are just in awe of both of these ladies and the incredible work that they both are doing. And I just wanted to give them a shout out of love.
We love you too, Louise. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting us to be part of this amazing event that you do every year at Super Bowl. I am so proud of you and the work. I know how much work you put into this, all of you ladies. And I just, I love our friendship over the years as NFL wives. And I just love I keep saying full circle, but the full circleness of this event in LA, honoring Cookie, benefiting Holly Rod, and all the great programs that you all support. and being in Santa Monica, all of it. So anyway, thank you for having us, Charisse. We love you.
Thank you guys once again. I'm listening to the stories and I'm just in awe when you were talking about Santa Monica Place and having your first job at Hot Dog on a Stick. Girl, I used to love some Hot Dog on a Stick lemonade. Remember that cherry lemonade?
That lemonade is no joke. But them outfits, Charisse, remember them little outfits?
Yes, yes.
That little hat and them shorts. Oh my God, I couldn't take it.
I would love
No.
to do that.
So I had to quit, and then I went to work at Contempo Casuals. Now, if you
Oh, yes, definitely. Remember Contempo Casual, lived in Contempo Casual all the time.
So Santa Monica Place was I feel like I worked at 5, because it was right next door to my high school. So I feel like I worked at 5 different places in there. Judy's.
Yes. Remember Judy's? 5, 7. Do you remember 5, 7, and 9?
Oh,
I remember 5, 7, and 9. I remember the member, and it was the members only store, honey. That's
Yes.
where brothers went to get their little jackets.
So very true. So very true. Well, we're excited once again to have you ladies be a part of the show, the organization. I feel like Cookie is one of us. I know it's MBA for Cookie, but she's an honorary NFL wife. She just don't even know.
Thank you, Charisse. And I need to thank you guys because you always supported me too when I had my jean events. You guys,
yes, ma'am.
Support
yes,
us.
ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you get those jeans back? Because I'm still wearing.
I keep telling Cookie that.
Keeps asking me.
I keep telling Cookie that. She was at her book signing here in Dallas that Pat Smith hosted.
Yes.
And I walked up, I said, okay, I love the book, but I love my Cookie jeans. I still have some in my closet.
You
and
do?
One of my
God.
girlfriends was like, you still have those jeans? I said, girl, these are the best fitting jeans. I have not found anything else that fits me better.
Wow.
Well, I guess I might have to revisit that. We'll see.
Yes. Well, great. It was great talking to you, ladies. I'm sure other people want to jump in, but I just wanted to tell you once again, thank you and how much we appreciate you both.
Love you. Thank you.
Okay, love you guys.
Congratulations to you on you're just doing such an amazing job, and it's just so fun having you spearhead this. It's just been an exciting time for all of us at Off the Field.
Thank you, Cindy. Oh, I appreciate and love you. And it's this is nothing but I always say it's always God's plan and His timing, and it happened in our beautiful sunny California with these beautiful ladies. So it's all in His plan.
Exactly. Awesome.
Okay, you guys take care.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
Thank you, Charisse. I'm sorry for pulling you up on video mode.
That's okay. Y'all saw my bonnet. I had my satin bonnet on.
No, we saw your ceiling. So I pulled Josh.
See, the sisters know. All of us know about the satin bonnet.
I love it.
Oh my God, it's so funny. So
bye, ladies.
Bye, Charisse. I can't wait to meet you in person. So Dr. Rose Schmidt just said she wants to say, as an autism mom and advocate, I really appreciate the segment and your friendship and the host for the show. So you're so welcome. And then Rachel Cynthia, you're going to laugh at me because I never can say this word. Therampathy. That's my dyslexia. I can't say that word. You guys can say it. So
it's okay.
Whenever I have to do it, I'm like, oh, that word always stumps me. And I have to practice it before, but I didn't get a chance. It's a special bond built on helping to shape family and society by offering their time, commitment, and support. Friendship is essential to the soul. I'm honored to serve with Holly and Cookie. So beautiful. And there's guys.
Was that Rachel? Was that Rachel McKenzie?
That was Rachel. Yeah,
it's Rachel McKenzie. Awesome.
And there's so many more. Yeah, so many more people are saying stuff. But I know some of you guys requested to come on stage. I just let Charisse up on stage. I don't know a lot of you. And if the girls say, someone can, but we're really just keeping it to the 4 because it's only 4 on the microphone. So I just wanted to let you guys, I'm not ignoring your request. We appreciate the love, but it's, Charisse is one of these guys, so that's why I had her up there. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Well, Cookie, the fact that Charisse brought up the book, one of the things that I loved is that Holly's also an author. So I would love to know, did you guys talk a little bit about that? Was that a surprise that Cookie came out with the book? Give us a little background on that too, please.
Well, I just, support whatever Cookie does, but the book was really special. Like, we were all just blown away at her honesty, her transparency, and the understanding that she had, that sharing her stories in an honest way was going to help so many people. And that's what I love most about her book. And it's something that when you see someone who has lived a lives, and Cookie's lived lots of different lives, right? When you've seen the different phases of life that she's lived and the way she shared her stories, and then went out there and worked it, right? Went and did a book tour and got on TV and did so much stuff to really talk about this story of her love story, but also her story of philanthropy, her story of being a mom, her story of her whole life. I was blown away by it. So no, she didn't consult me at all. She just put her head down and went to work. And I was just glad, like Sharice and like Pat and like all of our friends, to support her work.
That's beautiful. Cookie, when did you know that you needed to tell your story? How did that all happen, and how long did it take you?
It took a long time because it is telling a personal, your personal story, and you don't want know if you want all your business out there like that. But it really came to pass when I started my jean company. And I used to go across the country doing personal appearances in the stores. And whenever I did, women would just come up to me and say, I didn't come in here to really buy jeans. I came to see you because you inspire me and your story inspires me, and it inspires it helped me with my marriage, or it helped me, with my son, or I know someone who has HIV and AIDS, things like that. And they just kept coming and talking about to me, and it was almost like they knew me. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
they were talking to me like they knew me, and they really, like appreciated it. And I don't know, my friend kept saying, you need to write a book. You need to put the story out there, because so many women can benefit from it. Because I talk about, of course, being, dating a high profile basketball player, and also how we got to getting married. And then it took so long and hard for us to get married. And then finally we did. And then we were hit with the HIV right away. And how we dealt with that, and just overcoming obstacles. And also it was important to me to talk about my faith and how faith helped me, get through all of those obstacles. And then my son, finding out that, he was gay, and how I dealt with that. I think that was important for other moms who have the same situation to see how we dealt with it, and maybe it could help them, with their children. And then my daughter is adopted. So I had several stories
yeah.
that we, to talk about. And I thought when the women kept coming and saying, it inspired them, and they, it's almost like they wanted more. I finally decided, maybe God wants me to sit down and tell this story.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so amazing. And I just have to say, which a lot of people, I mean, the hearts on all three of you, really. I mean, it's so like, just you could see it. And the fact that you're helping so many people with your story. I mean, that's the reason why I started my podcast, because I wanted to have a platform for people of all, from every walks of life, to be able to share their story, because we all have a story, and stories connect people. And when you connect people is when you grow. And so it's so, so important. So thank you for putting yourself out there, because as you said, it's not an easy thing. There's
No.
so many aspects. It's not easy. So I appreciate that. And, even with when Holly, talking about the autism as well, as I said, I'm dyslexic. We're dyslexic in my family, and talking to other people that go through it, you're like, oh, okay. Oh my God, I'm exhausted right now. We know we're going to get to the other side, but it's nice to be in the company of other people that understand it. So I applaud, I really applaud both of you, and, Cynthia, all the stuff that I believe just, you guys are just doing such amazing things. So thank you. Thank you.
What about the book though? Like, where can we get the book? Where can I want to tell people to go get the book? I feel like that's this is really important. Sharing information about it is great, but I would like to read it myself. So
Yeah.
let's
I
do
think
it.
Amazon is probably the best, easiest place to
Yeah,
get. Hmm.
beautiful. God
That's perfect.
bless.
And also, when you guys were talking about off the field, I wanted to, and I didn't want to interrupt, but you guys can see, if people are like, well, how do we get tickets? We want to get a part of this. You can go to the website, and you can also go to the Instagram, right? So off the field
Yeah,
PWA. right? And then the
Yeah.
website. And there are still, as Cynthia said, there's still some sponsorship opportunities. There's still time to be able to buy some tickets, and that's all benefiting Holly Rod and the Off the Field organization, which I just love what you're doing, and the fact that we're going to be broadcasting live, giving those, like, it's not, the game is amazing, right? The Super Bowl is amazing, but there's so much stuff happening behind the scenes. And that's why I'm so, just proud and honored to be a part of this, because that's what I want. I want people to hear what you guys do behind the scenes, because you do so much, and it's incredible. So thank you, for jumping up and sharing your story and talking about it. And it's just, it's beautiful. And I know so many people are excited to hear it.
I definitely want to say that getting back to tickets and opportunity, this is a big year. A lot of people want to be involved, even if they're not able to be at the fashion show. And if you do go on the Instagram on Off the Field, there's an amazing link tree that we've put together. So not only can you, yes, get tickets still to come to the event, you can also still sponsor. And you can also participate in the text to give. So if you're just, watching, we are going to be covering the event on YNS, which is going to be really cool. One of the first times to actually see behind the scenes of what's happening and creating the beautiful fashion show from, makeup to runway and red carpet. But as you're watching, you can text to give. And I think that's something I really want to push, because that's an amazing opportunity for those that are not able to actually be in LA for whatever reason to donate and participate and, help the cause, of Holly Rod Foundation. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah. It's awesome, because we've also, Cynthia, after the show, people have, people from Scotland, James, who has two autistic boys, was like, wait, I want to know how I get involved. What can I do? Exactly. So I love that you guys are setting that up. I think that's absolutely so special. So is there anything else, Cynthia, I know we're I want to be also cautious of your guys' time and considerate of it. But just wanted to, say again, thank you for joining. You guys can watch. You can, if you're on Fireside, you can be here. You can see where it's going to be broadcast live. Also, Cynthia, your networking event, I would love for you to talk a little bit about that, so people can hear, and that we're going to be broadcasting live. Do you want to just touch on that for a second?
So, the day before the fashion show, this year, the playbook was the boss issue, and it was just all NFL players and spouses that own their own businesses, and just really promoting like that, what players do when they're done playing, so that the current guys, the younger guys, can get inspired and actually know who can I ask questions about starting a business, or going into acting, or going into, my own business, owning my own business. Like Russell Shepard has a waste management company. How do you start? Where do you start? And so in celebrating the playbook, we are just doing a fun luncheon just to have all the girls come and talk about that thing they do, what they're doing, promote themselves, promote their businesses, jump on the podcast, talk about their businesses, talk about the fashion show, talk about everything, why we're there, there's so much to do with the Super Bowl. What are we all doing there? And what are we doing in our lives also? So it's going to be fun. It's at Massilia the day before the fashion show. So we're looking forward to that too.
Wonderful. And that, again, is the YNS Live with NFL Thread experience, is sponsored by Shutterstock Editorial. Wherever you go, Shutterstock is there to capture it. So again, thank you guys for joining YNS Live. Holly and Cookie, do you guys have any closing remarks?
Yeah.
Cookie, you could go first.
No, you go. I just want to thank you guys for having us. This has been a lot of fun, and I think the most important thing here is I love the fact that we have NFL wives. I'm from the NBA, and that we're all just wives, and we all support one another. And, and just talking to Sharice, it's just really, I love that we're showing other women that, it doesn't matter, like, if you're football or if you're basketball or whatever sport you are, like, we all come together. We're all wives, we're all mothers, and we all come together and support one another.
What I love about Cookie is that she really undersells herself, because she is not just an NBA wife. She is also an MLB wife. And she's also a soccer wife. I mean, she covers all of the, all of the bases. when it comes to sports. And I feel like she's like the first lady of LA in some ways. And she would never say that about herself, but I feel that she's like that because she's been so supportive of Los Angeles for so many years. And so I'm so excited that she's being honored next weekend or next Friday. And then I just wanted to add again another thank you to the wives. This is just so awesome, Cindy, Ashley, and I don't know who else is listening. I know Sharice is on. Who else? I'm trying to see. I don't want to leave anybody else if they're on. Erica, I just see some of the wives.
Yes,
Again,
Erica Lasser is in the audience.
to mention 19,000 times, a full circle moment from when we used to do our fashion shows, Gridiron Glamour at Super Bowl. And then when we stopped doing them and these guys took over, and then really just using the mega platform of the Super Bowl to promote philanthropy. It's such a great thing. And then lastly, I just want to say, I'm so excited that we're going to be doing a field trip for all of the off the field wives to come down to RJ's place on Saturday after the fashion show. Really excited about that. Cookie will tell you how long we've been trying to build this place out, and to be able to show it off and show people like what all the hard work has culminated to is such a blessing. So really looking forward to that. So Cindy, make sure you have that on your calendar.
Absolutely. I am so excited because we talked about that at the podcast about I want to see it. And so this is fantastic.
Amazing.
Excellent. I'm so glad we're doing that.
We're very excited. So thank you all so much. And thanks to everybody for tuning in.
Thank you. And yes. And Kobe, congratulations, Women of Impact. What an honor it is to celebrate you. It's going to be such a great day. I'm seeing you up on stage getting your award. We were thrilled that you accepted.
Yes, and thank you guys for trusting in me and being here on Fireside and wherever else you guys are listening, whether you're on Facebook Live, whether you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch. We're on Twitch. Always makes me laugh when I say that because I think the 3 people that know what Twitch is, unless they're streamers. And again, Ashley, Tamiko, Erica, Tracy, Rachel, Latoya, Dr. Rue, Tamara, Chris, Howard, and Sharice, Kurt, Jennifer. Oh my God, I didn't realize there were so many people. Jennifer, Vanessa, Daniel, and Marwan. Thank you guys for being here. And I'm sorry if I butchered any of your names. I will bring the music up, and we'll see you guys in LA.